It's Friday, the 30th day in the month of September, and we're reaching you live from the city of Port Harcourt here in Rivers State to the world. Welcome. This is the New Super Review on Tap TV. My name is William Sabule, and with me here on the program is Mr. Victor Sioku.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank
And
you.
together, we're going to go through the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. So do well to be a part of this by first subscribing. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, do well to subscribe to this channel. We promise you very interesting programs here. So subscribe, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notification, because that's how we get notified whenever we come online with the program. And of course, you can also participate by dropping your comments and reactions on the comment section. We'd love to hear what you think about these headlines too. But for today, the 30th day in the month of September, funny enough, we're already in the last quarter of the year. The year is fast running out.
And Mr. Abdullah, I'm surprised you don't want to talk about your birthday.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, my viewers.
And happy birthday, happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
happy birthday,
Thank
happy
you very
birthday.
much,
And it was
brother.
a surprising one for you today.
They surprised me here in the office, so I was really surprised. Oh, yes, it's my birthday. I'm really thankful for life. It's, surviving in Nigeria is something that we need to be thanking God every day. Nigeria is a very tough place, but then, of course, we've been keeping it up, keeping it real. You don't see it on our faces. We look very normal.
And
So,
can I
yes,
ask something?
yeah.
How do you feel about the new age?
It's interesting. Makes me feel like I'm getting really old every day. Plus the stress we get to face every now and then. Yeah, but then we're doing it. We're doing it.
That
I'm
reminds me
really
of
grateful.
Flavor that said to be a man is not a day's job.
Oh, it's not one day. I used to sing that song a lot
Okay.
before, but then I had to advise myself. I say, how about God's grace? It can overcome all of that stress and all of that. So we're very hopeful.
Yeah.
And thank God for the new year.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my birthday. So drop your happy birthday wishes on the comment section too. We'd love to see that. All right, we'll go straight to the newspaper headlines, and we'll begin with this day newspaper. And on this day here, we'll start from the top. It says that Adamu denies writing Tinubu as APC expands council to over 2,000 membership. That detail is on page 40 of this day newspaper. Other headlines here says Buhari to Georges, be impartial arbiters in election matters. All right, so if you need to get details, of course, this day newspaper is where you find that. As a major headline on this day here, we see 2023, Tinubu absent as Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso, others sign peace accord. Buhari, parties should avoid insult, incitement. EU, Jonathan, police IG sue for credible poll. INEC vows to monitor parties against abusive campaigns, spending limits. Oyalowo, Tinubu is the big masquerade that comes out last. All right. That's a very interesting way to describe, the late appearance of the APC into the campaigns. Since the campaigns began, they said they want to delay their campaigns further. And we've also seen issues about the, organization of their campaign, cancel, different matters. But according to Oyalowo here, it says that Tinubu is, going to come out like the big masquerade. And that's a very interesting way to look at it. And then I'll take this headline. It says PDP refutes allegation of bribery, says it's housing allowance. If you need to find details of that, it's on page 39 of this day newspaper. So let's come to the discussions. All right, Mr. Victor, you want to talk about
the peace accord.
The peace accord, yes.
Yeah.
It has really created a lot of controversies and reactions. So let's hear yours.
Okay, the peace accord is a very nice initiative by the founders. You have to mention our Kuka being the Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese. Yeah. And you also have Cardinal Onye Dekan, that's the Oleyekan.
Yes.
Okay. So then you also have the Abdul Salami, former head of state of the country, and they came together with some other persons to form this peace accord. And before this time, we had a very unique one, I call it unique, and a ringing one that happened in 2015. The difference between the 2015 one and this time around is that the 2015 happened twice. I do not know whether this will happen twice. The 2015 happened before or during the campaigns, just like this one just started, just days to the campaign. Yeah. And there was still another one just before the election. Yeah. few days to the election. Okay, now, what makes this quite unique, this year's own or this term's own quite unique from the other is that this year we had some, will I say, will I call it insult, because the INEC chairman, the police, Buhari, they all come out to say, see, there shouldn't be insults during these campaigns, okay? But yes, the first bullet is out. The first bullet came out from Dilo Melaye, where he was attacking the APC. Reason, out of the 18 presidential candidates, they were supposed to be at the peace accord to make in their signatures. One was left out or was absent. Okay, and that was Alhaji Tinubu, Bola Tinubu. Okay, so and what happened? He sent his representative, which by constitution it is no issue, because he's a VP. He's his
on the same ticket.
Yes, and his assistant. So, but Showore came out to attack Keshima. That's the Shetima. Why do I call him Keshima? Shetima. Okay. Yeah. So to attack Shetima, saying that, see, you are the VP. I don't expect you to sit where you are sitting. You should allow the presidential candidates that are available to sit first. Then you go to the park and sit. Okay. But that also, oh, come on. I have a lot of things to say, but I'll try to squeeze it in the way I can. Yeah. Okay. Now, even if you look at the optics, I will come back. Even from the pictures that came out, you would find from the first line, you will see Abdul Salami, you will see the police head, that's the IG of the police. You will see INEC boss, all of them in front. And on the second row, I wish our producer can play us that picture. On the second row, you will see Shetima. Yeah. Okay, but there was one thing, as in, because why am I talking about this row? Because yes, Showore, the presidential candidate, has come out to will I say put it in front about who is supposed to be here and there. Okay, but from the picture I saw I was just looking for P2B because the first row was like I mentioned, the organizing committees. The second row was most of the presidential candidates, including Dumebi. Yeah. Okay, Kachuku Dumebi. Then on the third row, that was where we saw Atiku. Maybe they were just looking for spaces just to feed in, because the picture for me is a very unique picture. In the coming years, we can go back to that picture and say, wow, these were all our candidates and the parties involved with the peace accord. Yeah. But do you know, just right behind the last line, that was where we saw P2B.
And one will be wondering why stay there?
But I think that will be a marketing strategy for him. Coming politically, you know that P2B is seen as a humble man, that he does not use force in his things, that he's a cool, collected man. Even in airports, you see him carrying his luggage. He does not travel with a PA. He does things so humbly and in the best conservative way. Yeah. So just yesterday, I saw that picture and I was like, wow, this is a big statement. If the Labour Party can use this to yes, and market their candidates. Okay, now let's go back to the details. Okay, so the fuse has been ongoing about why didn't Tinubu make it to the peace accord? Such an important event for 17, for out of the 18, he was the one left out. The other 17 persons came together to sign this agreement. Why then send your VP? Like I said, legally,
there's no
he's in line. Yeah. But well, I say morally and scale of preference, I do not think that you now ask the question, what made you not to come for this event? Now, the APC spokesperson that spoke about it said that he went to rest in London. Now the issues are back again.
Is this what we're going to face as
again?
A country?
Yes.
You know, remember Buhari's term as his first term? The moment he got into office, he disappeared for over 6 months.
Yes.
Is that what we're going to face again?
Out of the 8 years that Buhari is the president, or about 8 years that he's heading, almost a year he was absent. He was not in the country. Is that what we're going to face again? Okay, so he said that he went to rest. I said, what kind of rest is that? That he has been traversing the land.
When the campaigns have not even started, you're already complaining about work. When you're going to go to the 36 states of this country, you know, trying to convince people to vote for you, and you haven't done even maybe 50% of that, and you're already resting, and then missing an important event as the peace accord. That's
And
such.
the spokesperson is coming out to throw a proverb for us that he is the masquerade. The big masquerade should come late or will come late. Can you imagine that insult?
Well,
Okay.
it's a very, very, I don't know how to describe the situation, but a lot of Nigerians are not liking this. And they are, but then, how would I call these people? Should I say, those fanatics will say, okay, he's still our guy, no matter what. Yes, they will still
Yeah.
say, okay, he's our man. We're going,
Yeah. Because of
forget
their
it,
interest. Because
because
of
of
their
their interest.
interest.
But then, if
Yes.
we look at it very closely, you will see that Nigeria is in a place where we don't need this kind of excuses. We don't need a government with so much excuses. And if the APC, candidate has started with excuses like this, and we also, or a lot more Nigerians have predicted already that the usually organized presidential debate that we'll expect to see, these presidential candidates come to tell Nigerians what they will do and oppose, or try to convince us in a debate. There has been heavy predictions that people like Tinubu will never come to that kind of debate. Just like Buhari didn't show up during his time too. He never participated in any debate. Yes, he's
Debates.
there as the
Oh.
president,
Oh.
but these are some of the mistakes that Nigerians have made leading up to voting their leaders. And so the now more than ever, the call for Nigerians to put their eyes on the ground, the call for Nigerians to be more conscious about the kind of leaders they elect into office has been so loud. So these are the things that the parties like APC and their presidential candidate should take note of. And if maybe by any chance they feel that it is business as usual, let them come to the table. I strongly believe that it is no longer business as
As
usual.
usual.
Nigerians have been pushed to the wall at this point where you see old people that cannot even walk come out to the street to say, okay, since we believe in a certain candidate to be our savior, we are going all out for him. I've never seen people move the way Nigerians have been moving recently. That's to tell you that they have been pushed to the wall and they are ready to make any kind of sacrifice to get it right. So and I'm shocked that both the PDP and the APC are not seeing these things. I don't know whether there's some kind of confidence, something giving them the confidence that we don't know about. But if it is the people, if it is the will of the people they are clinging on to, then they should be dancing to the tune of the music the people are playing right now. But I'm not seeing them doing so. Starting from this peace accord that the APC presidential candidate has conspicuously missed out on, and then the spokesperson for their campaign team is saying stuff like, "Oh, he's the big masquerade." I also listened to an interview of one of the spokesperson for their campaign team saying that okay, that he's not in place to talk about where the presidential candidate is, but that the man is well and healthy, and that he will
He's
still.
on earth.
These excuses are is what has brought us to where we are today. We've
Woo!
heard excuses for the past 7 years plus. And I think personally for me, I'm tired and I believe that a lot more Nigerians are even more tired. All right.
And lastly, Dino Melaye has made the joke already that see, maybe he did not participate because of that article has signed. So maybe he did not participate because of
His hands.
I did not say that, Abule. You are the one saying that. I did not say that, Abule. I did
Well,
not say that, Abule.
that is we're not saying what hasn't been said before. This has been said in different clients. The health concern of the APC presidential candidate has been out there. Nigerians are very. In fact, the only downside that I believe that he has, if you look at it closely, the only downside that Nigerians are holding firmly is his health. They keep saying that he's not, physically fit to run the country because the challenges that the country bear on its shoulder now is not meant for somebody that is not physically fit. You have to be sound all round. And that's the only, downside that I have seen that Nigerians are holding against that candidate. Nothing more. Before now, I believe that Tinubu is a very, very powerful, not just powerful, smart thinking man. I believe that can run this country. But a lot more Nigerians are concerned about his health. So it's not a new thing. If Dino Melaye is making that joke, he is saying what has been said time and time over again. Yes, I know where you're coming from, that as professionals, we are not supporting anybody, which is true. I'm not in support of any candidate here. That will be my personal business. But I'm just saying what has been said before. All right. We're going to move on to other papers here, and that will be the Daily Sun newspaper for today, the 30th day in the month of September. And the headline here on the Daily Sun says 2023, I'll remove structures retarding Nigeria's progress. Obi speaking there, and that story is on page 8 of the Daily Sun. And then moving on, it says tension as soldiers invade Anambra community, kill one, injure others. You move to page 4 of that paper. That's where you find the details. Amid Buhari's caution, presidential candidates sign peace accord. Shetima stands in for Tinubu, placed Nigeria above regional sectional interest. President. Right. Um, Also here on the Daily Sun, we see APC withdrawal of letter to Tinubu chairs National Working Committee apart. Members want Buhari presidential candidate served. All right, that details on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And also here on the Daily Sun, it says Supreme Court affirms Osun governor-elect valid PDP candidate. That details on page 30 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And lastly, I'll take this one. PDP crisis takes a new twist as National Working Committee members refund 122.4 million allegedly given to them by IU. That's a very interesting story. Goes on to all the accusations that Governor Wike of River State has been making about, IU's chairmanship, saying all sorts like, the chairman is not a sincere person. I can prove that he has taken bribe money and all of those. If this issue is coming up now, it is only, trying to bring us to some of the things that Governor Wike has said, and questions should be asked more as to the integrity of the chairman, IU, and all of that. So it's a very interesting story, if you ask me.
Yes, and remember what Wike said, or the rumors, I target rumors for now, that 1 billion out of the, what do you call it, denomination funds money, that 1 billion was given to IU. So just after that, the report came out. Okay, that report, okay, let's say the news leaked around 28th of, that's about 2 days ago, and boom, officials from the party, the top officials that got these monies, had to return back the money to the party's coffers, and also accompanied it with a letter. Now, the news came out that 36 million was given to the VP of the party. That's the deputy chairman, rather. The deputy chairman of the party for the south, and the deputy chairman of the party for north. So the both guys got 36. That's north 36, south 36. Then when you 36 million. Then when you split it further to the bigger heads, they got 28 million. Then the rest, which were about 11, got 19 million. My brother, now you ask, these monies, what were they meant for? And they were saying that the monies were meant for accommodation.
What are they accommodating?
My brother, 36 million to rent a house. You see these people? Well, we've had a taste of PDP.
I'd like to understand the duration. Like that renting of a house, is it the duration for the election? For the elections or the period? I don't know. Is it for 50 years?
My brother, that's where Nigeria, that is the problem we are facing in this country. How can a party like PDP that have had issues and issues of misappropriation of funds, stealing, all manner of theft has been happening in that party and as leaders from that party. That is why these politicians, I do not trust them, because you from PDP you enter APC back to PDP to Labour to, that is how they will be running around looking for monies that they can collect. This party money we are talking about, nomination money, in many instances is being used for campaigns. But look at how they've shared this money within themselves.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And the same party, they are pointing their fingers to APC for embezzlement, for stealing and all that, while from their own side, they have not repented from what they have been doing to Nigeria since 1999. It is really, really shameful. Yes, what's his name? The governor of Rivers State, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has come out already to start pushing it out that a whole lot of these issues are going on. Okay. Yes, the people that returned the money, they were like, I did not know that they paid this kind of money into my account. In fact, I did not use, one of them said, I do not use a bank alert. So I did not notice.
It's 36 million naira.
My brother.
1,000 naira.
I wonder.
That you will not notice.
So, yes.
That it hits your account.
Yes.
Even if you're a billionaire.
I wonder. And this did not just happen now, mind you. This happened some weeks ago. And you're just coming out
to say you didn't know.
To say you didn't know.
So your bank manager didn't call you to say. I mean, it's ridiculous what we hear, that for people that are trying to get into office to lead us out of the, I don't know, lead us out of the dungeon that Nigeria is in now, are already planning a new way of stealing from the system. So this is, in fact, I don't know whether Nigerians are, seeing these things, but I think all of this is just signs that I believe God is trying to show Nigerians so that they can do the right thing. But if we decide to put sentiment before doing the right thing, I guess we will all face the consequences. You can see clearly that these guys don't have our interests at heart. Just within months of buying nomination form, primaries and the beginning of campaigns, monies as huge as 36 million naira, 28 million naira are being shared amongst these guys. I mean, to what end?
Now look at the persons that have come out to even say that, I did not know they sent this money to me. There are strong reports saying that they are the weakest faction. Can you see that?
So they're trying to downplay it. They're trying to tone it down with saying, oh, these are allegations. They are wicked people. They're trying to spoil our name. How is it possible that you guys are even responding if you don't have anything, in your cupboard? Why are you responding to it if it's all lies? You should have just calmed down and wait for them to go ahead to put out evidences that these things are really happening. You see, it just boils down to the fact that Wike is crying now because he knows that, okay, I was going to keep quiet and overlook all of these things. But if they are going to make me look like the bad guy, let's all look bad. And this is not the time for this. This is not the time for this.
Even Governor Wike, yes, I do not have evidences to make this statement. But if you even check, politicians are politicians in this country. If you really even go deep and deep, man, you will still find some skeleton in his cupboards, man.
We know that he's not a saint.
He's not a saint now. He's not a saint.
And as has been said in many climes, he's just looking out for himself. It's about politicians mostly. It's about their interest. All right, we're going to continue with the headlines and we'll continue with Nigerian Tribune, but that will be after this short break. When we come back from the break, we will go straight into taking the Nigerian Tribune as our last paper for today. You stay tuned.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
All right, welcome back from that break. We are still on with the newspaper review here on TAP TV. So if you're just joining us, you are welcome. And just before the break, we're about to take the Nigerian Tribune as our last paper for today. And on that paper, we see there, strike Accountant General to meet ASU to resolve payment platform. And that story is on page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. Well, it looks like there seems to be a headway in the saga between the federal government and the ASU. It would be a very, very pleasant news if that is resolved as soon as possible. Okay, moving on to other headlines here. It says four PDP National Working Committee members return suspicious 121.6 million paid into their accounts. We paid no bribe to National Working Committee members. PDP responding to the allegations being labeled On them, you'll find details of all of that on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Moving on to the major headline here, it says, controversial letter unsettles APC. Document claims that Damo accuses Tinubu of sidelining National Working Committee in campaign committee membership. Says Faleke acted in bad faith, demands withdrawal of list. We weren't aware of any letter, Tinubu camp. Adamu didn't write any letter to Tinubu APC. Speaking there, details of all of that you find on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Also on the Nigerian Tribune here, it says Yobe North, Lawan surrenders, says I won't appeal judgment. Details is on page 29. October 1st rally will still hold in Lekki. Labour Party insist. You find that detail on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Other papers here, we see here, Supreme Court affirms Adeleke as authentic PDP candidate for Osun election. Party expels Baba Yemi. That details on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune. Also here on the Nigerian Tribune is 2023, Tinubu absent as Atiku Obi Kwankwaso orders sign peace accord. Shetima represents APC candidates. Parties should avoid insult, have issue-based campaigns. Buhari speaking to them. All right, and lastly, I'll say how diversion of funds, illegal removal from office stalled Ibadan Circular Road project, Ladoja. All of that is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. So, Mr. Victor, it says controversial letter unsettles APC, and then there's also the story of ASU strike and others.
A whole lot, a whole lot. Maybe I just pick them one and one, just a little, and then we'll move on. Okay, for the ASU, what are they saying? That the UTAS, that the universal style of payment, that they want to have a proper look at it and just maybe use it. In as much as they've been going back and forth about it, the IPs and the UTAS. Okay, is that even the core palaver? I do not think so. I think the issue is about the money that they are supposed to pay these men, to pay these lecturers. I think that is the basis. Not even right now. I think the means of paying the money is not even the front burner. Revitalization of our universities is a big issue. How can you have universities that libraries are not functional? Come on, bro.
It's a long one.
Okay, so you talked about the APC. APC, yes, they had about 400 people, members of their campaign councils, and it was evident from the Cross River State governor and the Bauchi State governor. They came out to say, see, our persons are not included. That means that you just want to just do your campaign without including us. Yeah, and also the national chairman of the party, Adamu, came out to also vent his own side of the whole of the story. But one way or the other, they have come together to let's say fortify the team, spread it all out a bit more to 2,000 members. Are those issues for me? They are not issues for me. Those are party issues, though. And lastly, Nigeria is going 62 come tomorrow. Okay. Like I said, I told Siri, we just have to celebrate because we are alive. Let's just celebrate. But by the details, it's so worrying that the Nigeria of 1960, with so much zest, with so much hope, with so much joy in the air when we gained our independence, that at this time, at 62, we do not know our left to our right. Unemployment rate has never been this high. We are talking about 50% unemployment rate. That is for every 2 young men you see out there, the other person is not employed. And mind you, we are not even talking about the other 50 that are employed. We're not even talking about the underemployment. We are not even talking about how are they even meeting up with the standard of living. Are they even meeting up with the minimum wage, which is so difficult for our public officials to pay our leaders, the people that we put in power to save us. Are they even able to pay? Look at what we are talking about, the PDP National Working Committee, pulling out 36 million into their own account, and this is just one money person, for one person. What the level of selfishness we get from these leaders, it's unbearable. In a nation that we are moving to our 62nd birthday, and Our inflation rate is over 20%. Our food inflation alone is 22%. So what are we talking about? Yes, I understand seriously. Why should we even be celebrating? It is a tough time for this country. And yeah, I've talked about the issues of the country. Personally, I think our issues, as the election is going, we are going into this election, we should go and get leaders that can fortify and strengthen our institutions. Institutions that I'm talking about, like judiciary. We cannot have a judiciary that one judge is saying one thing, the other one is saying another thing. You just be wondering, are these people, are they going by the constitution? We also need to also look into our constitution. There are loopholes in our constitution.
Yeah, very true.
Our constitution does not show enough equity and fairness. How can a president just go and pick people that he wants to work with just from one section of the country, disenfranchising the other side? It does not make sense. And back to to strong institution. Our police needs to be fortified. Our EFCC that is supposed to be looking at and prosecuting criminals should be strengthened. Look at that. Go back to the PDP wahala. That you have collected bribe is a crime under the letters and the instrument of the constitution. What will they do about it? Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody will just keep going, because what we know that tomorrow another issue will come. Next tomorrow another challenge. It will come out. The same country that the accountant general is well, it's in court, but the allegation is too weighty that for an accountant general is being suspected to have stolen 190 billion naira. One human being.
That matter is almost being swept under the rug.
Okay.
We're not hearing it.
Okay.
Again.
The same country that they say that a snake swallowed money, that monkey collected money. One country. It is well, my brother. But Nigerians, I wish you the best the best come tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is our second birthday.
Yes, happy Independence Day to all of our viewers here from TAP TV. Well, like Mr. Victor has rightly said, yes, Nigeria has its challenges, but I believe that as a nation, if we continue to work together, we can surmount these issues. If we continue to keep tribal sentiments, religious sentiments, political sentiments, and all the rest, we will surely make it through. Our nation, if you ask me, I don't want to live anywhere else except this country. I don't want to be a second citizen anywhere else. This is the very place where I feel at home. And at 62, I want to believe that at 62 years of age, any adult, any human being should have been more mature at that time. Nigeria, yes, we have our challenges, and we have leaders that I believe have the capacity and the capabilities of leading us and fixing our problems. But do they really want to do it? Those are the questions we are asking. And at 62, are we ready to make a change? This is, for me, this year's independence celebration is a very significant one. I believe so because it culminates with the elections that are coming up just maybe 3-4 months away. So it's a time for us to reflect on how far we've come. It's time for us to go back and look through and say, what are the things we have been getting wrongly? What can we do rightly to change our status, to change our current situation? And that decision to do this, to cause that change is in your hands, not in the hands of our leaders. We are the ones that employ these leaders to help us, make this decision, to help us put a final signature to these decisions. But we are the ones that will make it. So it's a very significant one in the sense that it's culminating with the elections and we need to vote new leaders. So if, as a Nigerian at 62, you're not proud of how much we've achieved, then this is a time to make your voice heard. Go out and vote credible leaders that will change the current situation of this country. So happy Independence Day to you. If you feel like going out with your families to celebrate, please stay safe out there. And all of that. That's part of the issues we are talking about, because before days like this, you see everywhere turns green.
Yeah.
Everywhere turns green.
Look at Christ Embassy when we are celebrating our 40th.
Yes.
Christ Embassy, they were everywhere. Green up everywhere. Just so green. But the problem now,
people are not even, You say, no, but you talk about happy independence and they're looking at you like, what are you saying? Oh, independence is tomorrow. Huh? Or is that why they say on Monday there will be holiday?
Public holiday.
They don't even know why the public holiday is there. People are more interested in finding, stomach infrastructure. They want to first of all survive before they can think of a country and thinking of how the country will survive. So you see, that's how much, the current situation of this nation has pushed the citizen of this nation. So it is the best time for us to reflect and move forward. It is not, I don't want to criticize the past or mistakes that Nigeria has made or our leaders have made. All of that is to help us make the best decision for the next day. So if you're ready, you have the opportunity, it is before you, and you need to really step up and do the right thing. All right, thank you, Mr. Victor,
Thank
for
you,
making it to
sir.
the program.
Thank you, sir, and
I
happy
want-
birthday again.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And to our viewers, you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you for staying with us up to this time. Until next time, we'll come your way again. My name is William Sabule, so do well to join us when we come on your screens again. Stay well and stay safe. Happy Independence.